What's going on, everybody? My name is Ryan Michael. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on my video today. Just wanted to check in with my YouTube family, tell everybody what's up. What's up, everybody? Hopefully everybody's had a good weekend. It's actually Monday morning now. Waited till late Sunday night to get started, but kind of got the house to myself right now. My brother's out doing a tattoo, so came home to some dog mess. I had the shampoo on the carpet and figured why not make a video. I want to start on this Bernese method video, so I came up with some dosing charts I wanted to read off to you guys. And first off, I want to tell everybody, in my last video, I recorded a whole video, thought I recorded a whole video, and it wasn't recording. Um, it was like 15-20 minutes I was talking. It turns out didn't end up recording because I think I didn't have any room on my camera. That's why I was talking fast too, trying to get through this one as well. But I tried to delete some stuff beforehand, but I'm gonna make it work. So I want to let everybody know I'm clean. I'm off I'm not using. I'm not getting high on illicits anymore. I'm back on my Suboxone. I'm taking half Suboxone a day pretty much on average. Sometimes I'll take another half at the end of the day, but for the most part, I'm just taking a half a day. That's the bare minimum I really need, to be honest. Unless something's going on in my head and I'm like having triggers or something like that. But I need my Xanax. I did definitely need my anti-anxiety medication. Making these videos aren't always easy, getting in front of a camera and talking to talking about my story to everybody. And it's not always easy going back into those stories in my head. It really isn't. Sometimes it's okay, but it's never really easy. But I'm doing it all for a purpose. I want to let everybody know that no matter how bad you get, it's all about how you get back up. It's not about what people think of you. Um, it's not about others. It's not about others, period. It's about yourself. It's about what you think of yourself. Know that fentanyl is going to make you want to die. It is going to make you want to die. That's what it's literally given to people for, to give them comfort on their deathbeds before they're dying. It's for the terminally ill. So it's no good. So don't fuck with it. Get off of it. Do the best you can to get off of it, man. There's ways to get off. There's little hacks you can do to get off that I know of. I don't really want to speak about some of them online because I'm not a doctor, and uh, I can get in trouble for telling people to do things, and I'm not trying to do any of that because I'm not a doctor. Always consult with your doctor, but doctors have no problem with Suboxone, with you taking a little less than you're supposed to. But some people, if they're in the beginning of their recovery and they're in the beginning of their Suboxone journey, they might need to take a lot of Suboxone. I know in the beginning I did, but you start to realize it's not like other opioids to where you need more and more over time. It's the only one that you don't need more and more over time. It's it binds to your receptors for quite a long time, and there's no euphoria to it whatsoever. You definitely get your life back on Suboxone, but I think the Bernese method is the best method to go. That way you can try to avoid precipitated withdrawal. You're gonna be able to avoid precipitated withdrawal with using the Bernese method. And like I said, I did not make this method up. It came from a different country. You guys look it up, do your research on it yourself. I did not make this method up. I just followed it, and I've done it about probably 5 times at least now. And this last time that I did it was the smoothest that it had ever been. I had to go to work. I had to do things like normal people do, and I didn't want to, but I pulled through and I made it. Um, and it definitely helped. You lack dopamine when you're getting off of these medications, and that's one of the reasons why I asked the doctor to prescribe me. Well, I didn't ask. I was diagnosed with the ADHD, and turns out I figured out a lot of the reasons why I use is because of my ADHD. It has other underlying issues as well, but I was able to get off Suboxone once I was prescribed Adderall, and I never had Adderall till a few years ago. But I'm a high school graduate. I have a college education. I have knowledge in my head. Sometimes it's just hard to find it. It's in a shelf buried deep in the dusty old closet up in my brain somewhere. But when I take that medication, it makes me remember things that I never that I thought I forgot, or that that it makes me remember a lot of different stuff, and it makes me I feel like it makes me better of a person, to be honest. As long as I don't go overboard with it, which I don't at all, because my doctor only prescribes me a certain amount. But I think that is a if something's not working with you with the Suboxone, and especially if your doctor's not giving you any other type of benzo. I know there's a big stigma nowadays, and with benzos and opiates and shit. But Suboxone's not Percocet. It's not like they're giving you Xanax and Percocet, or Xanax and Oxy, or whatever the fuck. They're not giving you Xanax and Loratabs or something. They're not doing that. They're giving you Xanax and buprenorphine. But I just there is doctors that'll do it. If you don't like your doctor, this is your insurance, your recovery, your health. Go to a different doctor. If you don't like the way your doctor's working, if he's saying no, I don't want to give you any benzos, or I don't want to give you anything along with your Suboxone, screw him. Go to her. Screw him or her. Go to a different doctor. You're paying those doctors, whether it's the government or not. You're paying for that, and we pay taxes. I'm a tax-paying citizen as well. I put into Medicare and shit too. I put in all kinds of shit that I don't even know what the fuck I'm putting into when it comes out of my checks. But you guys just gotta be in charge of your own recovery. I know it's hard. It's very hard sometimes. You need some inspiration. That's why I'm making these videos. A lot of people know I went and got my brother in December, and my brother's a huge inspiration and always has been to me. And I picked him up, and I had to be the big brother for a little bit to get him back on his feet. But now he's on his feet, and he's inspiring me again. And I feel like I got my big brother back, and I did that. I went and I picked him up from Portland because nobody else would go out there and do it. Other people wanted to buy him a bus ticket and stuff, and that doesn't happen. If you could just buy your family a bus ticket to get clean and save their lives, then don't you think half the world would do it? It doesn't go like that, unfortunately. Money doesn't work like that. He needed love. He needed somebody. He needed to remember who the fuck he was, and where he came from, and who loves him. And he just needed to remember. And it's been going on 6 months now, and yeah, about a week it'll be 6 months, half a year. It took a while, but he's doing good. I got tattooed on last night. I hadn't drank in a little while. I haven't drank in a while, and I drank because I didn't want it to hurt. So I got a 6-pack of some little somethings. They're called some IPAs, and they're a little bit stronger than the regular Lagunitas IPA I drink. And I ended up we made dinner and everything, and friggin' I pulled the breadsticks out, and I was a little late. The breadsticks were a little burnt and stuff, but I pulled them out, and then it was already like kind of midnight-ish, and I told my brother, I was like, well, let's just keep going. I just wanted to pull the breadsticks out. Let's just keep going. And I ate a breadstick or two dipped in the sauce just to put in my stomach. And then all of a sudden, friggin' like 45 minutes later, 30 minutes later, 45 minutes later, I got a huge hot flash over me, and then I literally felt like I was going to throw up from all the alcohol. So I ended up going out on the porch, sitting on my porch, try to get some air for a minute, which helped. And then I just started getting the spin. So I was like, fuck it. I went and laid down. I feel bad because I didn't even let my brother cover my tattoo up and everything. My brother's legit. He's by the book. He's got his bloodborne pathogens. He's at a shop. He knows what he's doing and shit. So but I was just like, I didn't feel good at all. I was like, oh, I was like moaning and shit. It was all bad. But that's why I don't drink. I try not to drink. I haven't before that. I hadn't drank since Cinco de Mayo. I had a little bit of drink at my brother's house, and that was awesome because he made some bomb ass food, and it was legit. And we don't always do that anymore. The world's getting crazy, and we just, if you have family and loved ones that you love, and you guys haven't been doing much lately, then you be that person. Try to get somebody together. Try to have a family get together, and at least reach out on Facebook or through text message if you're not doing Facebook, and just tell them you love them, man, because life's too short. But anyways, I'm gonna go over some of this Bernese method stuff. I'm gonna read a chart, dosing chart that I got. So I suggest anybody who watches my videos specifically for Suboxone and the Bernese method and dosing, if you watch my videos for that, that you make sure that you are familiar with the COWS chart. It's I think it's called it stands for clinical opioid withdrawal score sheet, and yeah, clinical opioid withdrawal score sheet, I believe it's called. So it's COWS. It's COWS chart is called. But that's so when you're going into withdrawal, they literally have a chart that you can look up, and the symptoms you're having, you can score yourself on it. And they made this chart up to where you can know what level of withdrawal you're in. So you look that chart up. Make sure you go look that chart up and come familiar with it, because you want to be, let's see, I'm going to read some of these off, but it's going to tell you want to be at a certain withdrawal level on the COWS chart. But let's see if I could find that one I was looking for. Okay, first of all, I want to read this. This is the standard withdrawal, standard initiation from starting your Suboxone. This is what first came out and what it is. So I'm going to read it to you guys. It says, start with a dose of 2 to 4 milligrams of buprenorphine when patient exhibits mild to moderate withdrawal. COWS 6 to 10. You have to score a COWS 6 to 10, it's telling you, which I think you should wait till even longer than that if you can, but I'm not a doctor. This is what originally it came out with for Suboxone. So it also says, so take 2 to 4 milligrams every 2 hours as needed for a maximum dose of 16 to 24 milligrams on day 1. Now this is how you get sent into precipitated withdrawal. This is how. If on your first day of taking it and you are only scoring a 6 to a 10 on the COWS chart, and they're telling you to take 2 to 4 milligrams every 2 hours as needed for a maximum dose, that's insane. That's too much. That's what sends you into precipitated withdrawal. Because the buprenorphine is literally going to be knocking the heroin or fentanyl off of your receptors, because it binds to your receptors the best out of all of them, and it will kick them off and it'll literally flick them off and bind to your receptors. And if it somehow passes it, it's going to do it again. Anytime if it goes through your anytime it hits your receptors in your head, it's going to try to do it again. So basically what I'm saying is going to kick the shit off your receptors. It's going to bind to it itself. So this is what's going to end up throwing you into precipitated withdrawal. And then it's telling you as needed for a maximum dose of 16 to 24 milligrams a day. So that's 2 to 3 strips a day they're telling you to take on the first day. Do not do that. Do not do that. This is why I believe the Bernese method is the best way to go. And I understand why some doctors are skeptical on recommending it to people, because it has to do with continuing use of illegal substance, an illicit substance like heroin or fentanyl, while you're taking your medication. And the FDA doesn't approve of that shit. So, I mean, not that I know of. If somebody does know, maybe they can comment and let me know. I mean, fill me in. Let's get the chats running up. Let's get the comments running up. And I need to get my channel off the ground a little bit, man. I seen somebody unsubscribe from me today. That kind of broke my heart, to be honest. So that definitely made me want to get on and make another video. So anyways, so it says take 2 to 4 milligrams every 2 hours as needed for a maximum dose of 16 to 24 hours in day 1. Do not do that. This is just what supposedly what first came out when what they first recommended when Suboxone was first prescribed and came out to people, I guess. So on day 2, take the total daily dose of day 1 and may divide the dose. Patient can take up to maximum dose of 24 milligrams on day 2. So it's saying the same thing on day 2, basically. which I don't agree with. I wouldn't do that. I've tried this, and this is what sent me into precipitated withdrawal, especially if you're coming off of like a sick bender and you've been using for like months. You know what I mean? It's not going to be like that. You know, if it's maybe just like a relapse you have for like a couple weeks, it's not as bad because there's not so much illicits to knock off of your opioid receptors. So let's continue on. Steady state may take 5 to 7 days. So that right there, the 2 days plus those 5 to 7, so 2 plus 7, 9 days, it's the same as doing the Bernese method. So the Bernese method I'm about to read off right now is a 9-day. There's a 9-day and there's a 7-day one. I would say go with the 9-day one. But the last thing it says on this dosing chart that I was reading is, as per guidance, day 1 and 2 maximum doses are 16 milligrams and 24 milligrams respectively. That's what it says. Okay, so let me see. So this is the dosing chart, the Bernese method dosing chart. And I was going to pull it up for you guys so you guys can see it. I'm actually just going to put it in the iMovie, and I'll put it in box on the screen. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. It's easy. I can do it. Because I'll end up forgetting. My ass ends up forgetting everything. So let's see. Let's see what I can do for you guys. There it is. So if you guys can see that, which I'm sure you can, I'm gonna try a pointer or something here. I got a ruler. Okay, right there. Day 1, buprenorphine sublingual. Take 0.2. That is a microscopical piece, pretty much. We'd have to cut your strip into, let's see. So if you cut your strip into 8 milligram strip into 16 milligrams, that's a half a milligram. So you'd have to cut those 16 pieces in half. So you would need to cut one strip into 32 pieces in order to get 0.2 milligrams, basically. Then this is supposedly for sniff street heroin, which who the fuck does that nowadays? I don't know why they put that there. I mean, it is what it is, but this is what the chart pretty much that I followed, and I was not just sniffing. I'm an IV user, unfortunately. I'm not proud of it one bit, but I am. And this is the dosing chart I followed. So look, it says day 1 right here. It tells you day 1 through 9. Your buprenorphine, how much buprenorphine you're going to use. Buprenorphine dosing schedule and use of heroin in case 1. Day 1, buprenorphine sublingual. They took 0.2, and then they continued use of their heroin, 2.5 milligrams of their heroin, I guess, whatever, however the fuck you measure that. It's definitely not 2.5 grams of heroin. I would hope not. You know what I mean? It fucking is. Look, sniff by the gram. What the fuck? That's crazy. But either way, there's no way I'm doing that much in a day. No way in fucking hell. Some people do, though. I mean, fuck. I've been there, done that. I have, definitely. So I was also splitting it with somebody else, though. So anyways, back to this. Day 2, same thing, basically. And then you lower your use of heroin just a little bit. It says 2 grams, it says. Which I'm just reading this off because I want you to see the discontinued on day 6. This is the only reason I'm reading this off. So you don't really need to pay attention to that. This is the dosing chart for Suboxone, and this is available on Google. Just type in the Bernese method dosing chart. So day 2, day 3, you got 0.8, not 8 milligrams, not a full strip, 0.8. Okay. So it's almost a milligram. So if you cut it into 8 or 9 pieces, I'd say 9 pieces, you probably have that. That's on day 3. Times 2, you take it in the morning, at night. You discontinue. You see how you start going down and just start discontinuing the use of your illicit. This is heroin. So you discontinue. So they went down from 2 grams on the second day to the third day. You go down to a half a gram. But you're continuing to up your buprenorphine. This is because it binds to your receptors better than the heroin, and it's going to stay on there and keep you well. it's going to keep you a little bit more than well. It's like kind of like you used, but you're not high. Okay, day 4, 2.5 milligrams of Suboxone. So now we're getting into, actual more than 1 milligram. We're 2.5 milligrams. So it's saying on day 4, you take 2.5 milligrams in the morning and 2.5 at night. That's still not a full strip. That's only 5 milligrams total, and a strip is 8 milligrams. The most of them. There is 2 milligram strips, but a lot of doctors don't prescribe those unless you're weaning down, from what I understand. So the day 5. Okay, on the day 4, so 2 and 2.5. I'll say 2 in the morning, and then 2.5 in the evening, and you're only going to do 1.5 of your heroin. That was day 4. Day 5 is 2.5, and 2 in the morning, 2.5 at night. That's the one I was saying. That's 5 milligrams total. This day you've gone down to 0.5 gram of heroin. So that's your last day of using, is what it's saying. Basically, you could stretch this out for as long as you want, but it's going to end up, you'll notice on day 3, definitely on day 4 or 5, that you're going to notice that your illicit drug like heroin or fentanyl isn't working anymore, and you're going to, but it's not going to be like it was before. You're not going to be sick. You're going to feel, you're going to notice that your mind's getting a lot clearer, because the buprenorphine and the Suboxone is binding to your receptors, and it's a completely different opiate and completely different drug than anything out there. I'm telling you, it's a godsend. Trust me. Day 6, 2.5 milligrams 4 times a day. Or no, sorry, not 4 times a day. Scratch that. 2.5 milligrams in the morning, and then 4 milligrams at night. And you're not using that day. It's saying day 6, it's saying don't use. Day 7, you're taking 4 milligrams of Suboxone in the morning, and then 4 milligrams at night. This is day 7. You're finally only taking a full strip. Finally. This little cross means twice a day. That's what that means. The little cross, twice a day. So you're taking 4 milligrams for that's all a strip, half. You break a strip in half on the 7th day, and this is your 2nd day not using your illicit opiate. So this is the 9-day schedule. I'm going to go over the 7-day one real quick afterwards too. On the 8th day, the same thing. 4 milligrams in the morning, 4 milligrams at night. Just break a strip in half. And you can take more, half in the morning, half at night. You're going to notice that your head's a lot clearer, and you're going to notice you're not sick. You're going to be maybe a little bit winded, and you're going to maybe be a little bit like sluggish. But if you can get your hands on any type of if you can get caffeine, works amazing. I mean, caffeine's not something good to be addicted to either, because I've addicted to it myself, unfortunately. Speaking of which, but it's better than heroin. It's better than fentanyl, guys. So, anyways, day 9, you're taking 8 milligrams in the morning, which is a full strip, and then you're taking 4 milligrams at night, which is and then no heroin, of course. You discontinue your heroin on day 6. Okay, let me go to a different dosing chart. Okay, this one. Box 1, outpatient microdosing induction schedule for buprenorphine/naloxone. Day 1, 0.5 milligrams once a day. 0.5. Not 5 milligrams, 0.5. That's not even a milligram. And your strips you're getting are probably 8 milligram strips. You need to start by cutting those things into 8 pieces. And then if it calls for 0.05, you need to cut those 8 pieces into 4 each. You're taking little pieces the first couple days, and because you're still going to be continuing your opiates. So day 2, 0.5 twice a day. Same thing as day 1. Day 3, 1 milligram twice a day. So you're going to cut it into 8 pieces and take one of those pieces twice a day. Day 4, 2 milligrams twice a day. So you're going to cut that strip into 4 pieces, and you're going to take one of those 4 pieces twice a day on day 6. Day 7, 12 milligrams, and then you're going to finally stop other opioids. So you're using opioids still, what you're addicted to and trying to get off of, you're using it still afterwards. I would say take it definitely afterwards. And on day one, you want to wait. I tell people, and I feel, and that I know this by experience, you want to wait as much as you can until you're to withdrawal to initiate that first piece. You know you're gonna use afterwards, so you'll be okay. But you need to make sure you take that microscopic little 0.05 of a milligram. That just means you're going to cut your strip into 8 pieces, and you're going to cut those into 2. So you'll have 16 pieces from that 8 milligram strip. Do that, and you're going to be solid. So day one, but you want to make sure you're still scoring within a decent number on the Couch chart, and that you're at least got watery eyes, you're yawning, maybe you got some stomach cramps. The more discomfort you're feeling, the better you're going to feel when you take it. The smoother everything's going to go. But I mean, you're going to use afterwards, so you're not discontinuing until day 6. See, so day 7. Day 6 is going to be your last day that you do your opioids. So you're going to take day 3, 1 milligram twice a day. So you're going to cut that strip into 8 pieces. Take 2 of those pieces a day. 1 in the morning, 1 at night. Day 4, 2 milligrams twice a day. You're going to take 2 milligrams twice a day on day 4. So you're going to cut that 8 milligram strip into 4 pieces, and you're going to take that twice a day on day 4. Day 5, 3 milligrams twice a day. So do your best to cut that 8 milligram strip into, 3 pieces. Maybe one of those pieces will be smaller than the other. That'd be about 3 milligrams, I'd say, twice. And so by now, you're definitely going to notice that you're not getting high off your other opiates. That's a good sign. You want that. That means you got buprenorphine binded to your receptors, which means you're not going to be sick. You're not going to be into withdrawal. Because Suboxone, yes, still is an opioid, but it's a completely different opioid in a completely different category, and it does completely different things to your body. It likes your receptors the best. Its binding properties are the best out of all other opioids, and you're gonna flourish, man. This shit works. I'm telling you. Unfortunately, some people, I've heard this. I don't really believe it, but I can see how people say this. Some people say that you end up relapsing because it was so easy to get off. You could just do this again and relapse, but I don't think that's the case. I mean, at all. The longer you go on Suboxone, the more straight your head's going to be, and the more better you're going to feel in the end. So, anyways, I'm glad I did this like this, because I probably wouldn't have had the time to go through and put it in the, in split screen and all that shit too. But I know how to do all that. But slowly but surely, I'm trying to get this channel off the ground, guys. But I just wanted to let everybody know, man, I'm clean. The Bernese method works. I did relapse for a little bit, unfortunately. I went and got my brother, as a lot of people know, and I had to get him off fentanyl, which I completely hate and can't stand, because it took my cousin from me, and it's taken so many lives from us, and it's no joke. But yeah, we ended up, in the beginning, when he wasn't feeling the best, doing the best, I ended up going, picking up and scoring, unfortunately. And, just to get him well, because I was tired of seeing him sick and tired of seeing him in agony. And, I kind of fell into a depression myself, because it hasn't been easy the whole time. And, I got shit going on in my head too about, us struggling and people caring about us, and, just a lot of shit from my childhood as well, and a lot of trauma and shit that's nobody to blame for, but the shit that I'm dealing with in my head, sometimes I end up numbing it, and it's unfortunate, but I'm clean now, and I'm back to making my videos, and I want everybody else to do the same, man. If I could do this shit fucking several times over, if you guys can do it once, if you guys need more information, hit me up. My email is the rmcfiles@gmail.com. I mean, it's not that hard. Email me, shoot me an email, hit me up on Instagram. The RMC Files has got the same emblem as my the same thumbnail picture or whatever as my channel. And if you guys have any questions or need any help getting off, hit me up. I can help you guys out. If you need help with finding a doctor and certain medications or whatever, hit me up. I know a thing or two, and I can figure something out. For sure. We'll find out where you're at, what area you're in, and what's available in your area. So, hit me up. I have nothing but time right now. Right now, I was working. I got a job at Terribles and all that shit, the gas station out here. But unfortunately, my background came up, so they're trying to use that against me and shit right now, and they pulled me off the schedule. So I ain't working, but hey, it's giving me more time to make videos. So, um, just wanted to check in with everybody. I know I promised a Bernese Method 2 video coming out. There is a couple more things I guess I can go into. I don't have to end it right here. My bad, you guys. So I want to tell everybody. So you want to make sure when you're going in, when you're switching over from your illicit to Suboxone, you want to make sure, for one, your house is clean. You want to make sure that wherever you're going to be doing this at is an area that's going to be clean and you're going to be able to walk through, because you're not going to have any energy when you're doing this, really. Usually you have no energy to do anything like that. So if you have no clothes, your laundry's full and house is a mess, and you want to make sure that you're preparing, okay? Preparation is key to this. It definitely helps. It's going to help you so much. You want to make sure you get some alkaline water. You definitely want that. That hydrates you the best. I used it this last time and it worked wonders. Lion's mane is very, very, very good. Something my brother's putting me on to. And it's legal. It's what it is a mushroom, and it's mycelium. It grows from the mycelium network. Paul Stamets has the best one out there from what I've heard. And I've tried this stuff. It works. It works really good. It's very, very good for you. It doesn't get you euphoric or anything like that. All it does is get you thinking clearly. So it's literally proof that mushrooms are very, very beneficial to the mind. It literally repairs neurons. And if you can take the lion's mane with a certain psilocybin or cubensis or whatever you want to call it, if you could take any type of a microdose is what I advise if you do anything like that, because a lot of states are decriminalizing mushrooms. So if you can do this, say on your fourth day, or say when you discontinue your opioids, it would be beneficial. I'm telling you. I mean, take microdose. Look up microdose. Do your research on microdosing, not Suboxone, on psilocybin. And I would say nothing over a gram, to be honest. And then cannabis is very, very beneficial. Just a couple tips. This isn't no doctor information or no anything special. But this nicotine, I hate nicotine, and it's nothing good to be addicted to. It's not cheap, but this shit helps for my running legs and just when I'm in bed not feeling good. Another thing you want to have is lots of air in the room. You're going to want blankets blankets and everything too. So wash all your bedding. Make sure your bedding's all washed, because it's probably going to end up getting pretty dirty when you kick. All this shit's going to be coming out of your pores and shit. Another thing my brother put me on to, which I've already kind of known, but he kind of made me understand it a little bit better as well, and just kind of made me realize everything a lot better as well. But if you can soak in the bath with Epsom salt, that is going to do you wonders. It's going to do you good. So if you have a bath and you can soak in Epsom salt, go do that when you're feeling the shittiest. Or I would suggest doing it when you discontinue your opiates as soon as you can. As soon as you discontinue your opiates, because it's literally going to cleanse and pull all of the toxins out of your pores. And you can literally feel it. You can literally see it in your bathtub. I know I could. You could see it. There's freaking, it's all dark and nasty, and the water's just gross. More like, it's not just soapy. It's nasty. It literally works, and it pulled, I got the stuff. It's a Walmart brand. It's Kroger brand, I believe, or something like that. And it says Epsom salt and then saline X-Lac. And So it's literally, it's pulling everything out of your pores. So do that. Drink lots of alkaline water. So you pee. You want to pee. Go shopping for some healthy foods. Get some healthy foods in your house so you can put in your house. You're not going to probably have the biggest appetite. So I would suggest any type of fruits or vegetables. If you have to just eat freaking peanut butter and celery or something, do what you have to do. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Milk definitely helps. Vitamins help big time. Any vitamins you can take definitely help. Um, there's a lot of different things you could do, but preparation is key when you're quitting, and you're trying to get your life back and kick opiates and get back on point. But it's possible. You can do it. I did it. You guys can do it. I'm nobody special. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I love everybody is until they start hating on me, and then I want to know what the problem is. So I ain't a bad guy. People make mistakes in their life, but I feel like I was targeted, um, because part of my race and just the way I look, which it's a fact, known fact that they target Mexicans and black, and I mean, not even just LA County, and California, everywhere. So they told me that in domestic class and anger management class. They told me that they target blacks and Mexicans and have for years, since I think the Reagan days or whatever. But I'm shit longer than that. You guys know I ain't got to tell everybody. But anyways, enough of that bullshit. Anyways, I'm glad everybody tuned in with me. I'm sorry it wasn't a better video. I tried to talk to you guys for a little bit. But hit me up. If you guys got questions, hit me up. If you have any video suggestions on what you want me to do a video on, let me know. My brother, I was going to try to get him to talk on this one and introduce him to everybody, but he's actually tattooing a chess piece right now on somebody. He had to go make a quick $400, so he's going to go do that, or he's like halfway through it. So I'm going to get off here, and I'm gonna go pick him up, go over there and chill for a little bit. But anyways, he has to order. He has stuff he has to order, like more ink. He doesn't have color yet. My brother's a really good artist, but he hasn't had a chance to get any color ink. He just has black, and then he got a free bottle of white ink sent to him because just as like a trial test ink from one of the ink companies that he follows and that he buys ink off of. But I'm just happy that he's tattooing again. He's getting customers, and the ball's rolling again a little bit. It's slowly but surely, but we're playing music again. He's got his drum set up right here in the living room, and we're playing music. I've been playing on my acoustic. I got a 5-string acoustic fretless, and I also have a 4-string. I finally fixed my other bass acoustic. I fixed. I found a saddle for it at Sam Ash. Can't believe Sam Ash going out of business, man. What the fuck? I just dropped fucking $900 on a fucking 5-string fretless fucking what's it called, bass, acoustic bass, and fucking, which is badass. I love it, but they announced they're going out of business and they're bankrupt. I've got a 2-year warranty on that thing, so it's a price match warranty. If anything happens to it, I can come back in 2 years and get another something for the same price. But now they're out of business and they're fucking going down. So they might have a little a talk with my attorney pretty soon here. But anyways, if you have if anything like that happened to you and you went to Sam Ash or something like that too, let me know. Hit me up. Get in contact with me because I'm dead serious. That's some BS, man. I spent my money on that, and that's something that's it's a binding contract. I actually signed something saying for the when you sign something like that, it's a contract. So I don't know. It's a whole different topic, but anyways, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for sitting, especially if you sat all the way through. I really, really appreciate it. But yeah, man, just everybody know I'm okay. I'm straight. I'm not getting high. I'm not sticking needles in my body. I'm doing good. My spirits are up. I feel really good. I don't have a job right now, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. God's got me this far. He's not going to bail out on me now. I don't think that's going to happen. So, I've made it this far myself, and I'm not going to bail out on myself this far. You know, so, and my brother's been his clientele's getting back, and he's got to, you know, make a name for himself out here in Vegas, because he made a name for himself out in Portland. And you know, it is what it is. Whatever happened out there happened out there. The virus hit, and you know, he was still slammed doing work, friggin'. And I think the town was jealous. You know, I'm saying he wasn't following the rules, but his shop and his tattoo, his shop is right below, or his shop and his shop and his apartment were right above and below each other. So it was all in the same building. So I mean, I could see why he was still working. And shit, people needed to work. I mean, he wasn't getting unemployment or anything like that. So, anyways, but yeah, he's up and tattooing again, doing good. I got a little bit of the back of my leg tattooed. I'll try to get a piece posted. I mean, a picture posted of it. I got to finish some of it. Like I said, he needed to go make that money today and get that money. So he said we'll do the other half of mine tonight. I got some of it done, but I'm happy with it. It looks good. I'm happy he's here. I'm happy, you guys. That's all that matters. And I hope you guys are happy too. If you're not, you know, watch my videos, and maybe you'll find something in me that you see